This video is originally part of Zorb's Iceberg, but my part became so big that it's better also uploaded separately. Links for it and sources used will be in the description. Also, I have an announcement to make, so I ask you to watch this video until the end. Thank you!
Начало нулевых Nintendo провела в роли андердога игровой индустрии, ибо GameCube не нашлось места в мире брутальных развлечений с мясом, матюками и убийствами. Казалось, что у некогда большой N есть только два пути – прогнуться под тренды и потерять себя, или уйти в небытие вслед за Sega. Но у японцев все еще оставался порох в пороховницах, благодаря которому в 2006-м корпорация переиграла разом всех, выпустив Wii.
Looks like I interrupted something. Is he okay? No idea. Why am I here? Oh. Yeah. Sure, let me just... Well... Hey, I look on the sketch, I know. You probably don't know me, so let me introduce myself. I'm Zoe, also known as Log Zoe, Arafael Girl, and Akriel Yuni. Hey, Ruspins. Well, you might have already met with me on this channel. Oh? Yippee! Anyway, I'm Zazy, animator, artist, musician, programmer, and weird person that likes some funny jokes and loves their characters too much. I love these goobers. Yeah, also know that City Cornerstone cost 1k, Bloodborne is gonna end us all, human rights are a myth, and I'm addicted to Doshirak. It means I'm Russian. Didn't expect that kind of red, white and blue, huh? The idea of all this got in my head when I noticed a little fact about Miitomo. It has a Russian language option. So, what is that interesting about translation? You may be asking. For this, I need to briefly explain the story of Nintendo in Russia. Well, how brief? One sentence. Not sure even.
Okay, so we're not selling SNES yet?
Russia.
Yeah, it'll be great.
Ёбана-покорёбана, я нахуй не буду продавать почку для этого, пошло это нахуй, давай Дэнди или Сигу брать, хотя бы дерьмо не будем жрать целый месяц, хорошо?
So it means most people in Russia don't know about Nintendo. At all. Like, when I watched gameplay of Wii games when I was younger, I never knew they were console games, but I knew about PlayStation and Xbox. It doesn't mean there wasn't a community, however. In fact, 3DS games were sold officially, some even had Russian translations, but it's still pretty niche, even after the Switch's boom in popularity. Fun fact, on the moment of writing this, 2nd of October, I just found out that 3DS and some mainline games for the console had a Russian language option built into them, thanks to XYB article and random dude on YouTube. And yet I heard of this console when Animal Crossing on Switch came out, and my audio-powered brain started its usual thing. Find all info about my object of hyperfixation. It feels weird, honestly. Like, it had a lot of components that would have made this console successful among not only adult men, but also, kids, like target audience. But this never really did. I think there was three reasons why. One, lack of advertisement. This happens with Switch too. For some reason, TV here doesn't show ads for games or consoles. And Switch boom happened mostly because of the internet. 2. Economy. Like when I got my Switch in Animal Crossing in 2020, physical copies of games costed like 4,000 rubles, around $40. But no, I'm not gonna pay 7,000 for this. 3. Kids would rather play 18 plus games because YouTubers they're probably watching are mostly talking about them and well, of course, and other stuff.
Hey, I didn't feel like talking so I used my AAC app to make this intermission. This is what happens when you put semi-verbal person in your video. Anyway, I think the way I explained it was confusing. So, the most popular console here is PlayStation. People have a lot of memories about it, there's giveaways with it, etc. You probably know that PS5 doesn't have a lot of E-rated games, 2 to be exact. I'm not interested in PlayStation besides Parappa and Poppin' Music, so I'm not sure about what games were on here, but looks like amount of E-rated titles started to decline since PS2 so. Yeah, also, it's not exclusive to Russia, but there's big problem of internet kids in that they're trying to act like adults. I mean the fact that kids trying to be adults isn't a problem, it's natural part of growing up, but with excessive access to the internet it makes those children get wrong ideas about adulthood and doing stuff that can harm them when they are so young and desensitization, and kids are playing games for adults as a result. So, this is a complex problem and Nintendo can't do anything about it, besides ads. Also, I'm not a gatekeeper, the app I'm using is Seaboard, it's great, it's free and has a lot of languages and voices, even a little customization, so recommend if anyone here is non or semi-verbal. Okay, end of intermission.
Also, about the Wii. There is no Russian system language or much officially translated games, but it has some translations, like this one or it Heaven Fever. Kinda sad there's no translated audio, I can understand why. Well, maybe I can volunteer for voice.
Нахер, и вообще ты долбоёб. Кстати, посмотрите «Детей прочих волшебников», классный фильм, получающий такой, в общем, тебе понравится. Не, я эту хуйню смотреть не буду.
And no, I'm not gonna.
Also, they already have some translated songs, good for them. If anybody from this project watched this, I wish you well in making it.
Okay, you got through that semi-connected rumble. You get a potato wedge for that.
Congratulations, you won.
So, what can help to reach your target audience? You know the answer. What am I doing with my life? I don't think Nintendo planned to expand on the Russian market specifically, but sure they had some hope here since they included, even though the Mandachi Life and V series wasn't translated but sold. Maybe even with a bit of success since I found some blogs talking about this game. I'll expand why I brought up previous games in a minute. Not gonna lie, Russian implementation here seems harsh. Miis' usual TTS is a feminine voice, so making masculine sounding characters kinda hard.
Привет. Доступен сегодняшний вопрос для всех. Итак. Do you like the Wii U? If so, do you still use it? Можешь ответить позже.
Trailer uses as no way. Привет. Like hello. I have no idea why, it's stupid. At least they could put здорово, Санек, or something. But you know what? It's not the stupidest thing. So, it's probably better to use neutral language for talking about personalities, right? So, there's a group of personality in European English version called Resort. Russian Miitomo translation seems to be based on this version. Guess what word they used? Well... Замкнутый. Замкнутый. These words mean closeted. Who thought that замкнутый is good word for that? This word has negative connotations. There's more good words without feeling like you're putting down whole group of personality. Why not стерженный? It's neutral and fits definition more. That's fucking bullshit, mate. I need names on my table with contact info. I tried to find who did Russian translations, but Dana never answered me, and Nintendo said they don't have that information. Sad. I guess that Dana outsourced translation to a company that didn't make a lot of Russian ones. But I have no proof since there's no credit in Miitomo. You know what though? It kinda succeed. I found some footage from kids playing this game and one review from person who sure wasn't a part of the community.
Всем привет! Помните компанию Nintendo? Не знаю как вам, но мне ее никогда не забыть. Такие игры как Donkey Kong и Mario Bros. Это настоящие бестселлеры, хиты продаж, которые во многом без всякого преувеличения сделали наше детство.
But you know the story, it failed and failed loudly. But they're making new game, and it's about Animal Crossing. It has some fan base here already, so it means they will... Oh! Turns out Pokémon Camp doesn't have Russian language support, despite being released in Switch era and having new game in the works. I can assume that because of the reasons above, they decided to not risk and added this game to their familiar audience. Games after that had Russian translations as far as I'm aware, but it's probably because Switch already gained audience. Really, it's interesting to look at minor cultural difference like that. Just having one moment in history took out my knowledge of pretty good games. And I'm jealous! Maybe I should make a full history of Nintendo in Russia. There's video about Hong Kong. Why not talk about war? Fuck this lack of knowledge. Where are my amateur historians at? Do you know about the rest of because of Pokemon Go? 3DS that became an inner meme? The reason why you can't buy legally Miitopia anymore? There was a reason! Well, if you're interested in it, I'll make it. Anyway, thanks for listening to my yapping. Hope you like my part. If you want to look at my stuff, this little fella will leave links in the description. Side note, I'm not active on social media and won't be anytime soon because... reasons. So, if you want to talk to me, hit me up in Kaero Discord server. I like interacting with humans. Also, sorry for listening to my English voice. Okay, that's all. Bye bye. So, hey people, remember when I mentioned characters? Hey, do you want an animated series? Animated series about friends doing friend stuff? From indie studio without any nasty corporate stuff because there's no corporation and really just me and VA? Do you want it? Because I do it! And it's called Silly Gang! Greenlu, Yakana, Ava, Craig! Aren't they cool? Do you like them? Do you like them? Actually, I have nothing to show right now, but episode in the production, so expect it in April, hopefully. You can learn more on official site. Thanks again for watching.